Donald Mallard, also called Cold Shadow in USA, is a weird game. You play as Donald, who has to solve a mystery in a tropical setting with voodoo people jumping around you and deadly traps everywhere. And, well, you can transform yourself into Donatello. Even as a child, I wonder about these circumstances for the game, because this is not the obvious or simple path for Disney Interactive to try to throw Donald Duck into. But do they succeed, or do they fail miserable in their attempt to be unique? It promises well from the start when you open the game's manual and see that they don't take the story too seriously. In fact, it surprised me how much humor there was in the manual. So when people don't understand why some people collect complete in box where you get the instruction booklet included, it's because of games like this. As an example, you have Donald's profile displayed on one of the pages, which contains all possible information about him, even the fingerprints with space for 5 fingers. We all know Donald only has 4 fingers, so the middle one is missing, which I thought was a stroke of genius. The whole manual has a little comic details like this. As a child, I never got further than World 2 out of the 8 worlds that are. Each world has 1 to 3 levels and all are very varied in violence. From haunted house to jungle, lava, sunken ship and crazy voodoo city and a world with a giant eye staring at you. Creepy! You can play as Mallard, who has the gun and can climb. Where after World 1 you can change and transform into Cold Shadow. When you transform you can swing around and do cool ninja moves, but at the same time also lose the ability to climb up ropes. The game makes good use of having to play as normal Donald and as a Cold Shadow, each with their own advantages and disadvantages. I'm surprised how many unique ideas there actually were in my playthrough. In one level you have to jump bungee jump while avoiding traps and rescuing voodoo people, swim underwater where you use the gun to shoot you in the right direction. All these things and much more you will experience during your 2 hours playthrough while listening to an incredible soundtrack. So, do we have another Super Nintendo game that holds up 30 years after release? Partly, yes. But unfortunately, the game also has some bugs that might keep some away from playing it. The game's biggest problem is the camera. It is far too sensitive and can sometimes be your worst enemy. The camera flies from right to left when you change direction, and I actually got a bit motion sick during certain hectic moments. Sometimes you can also be a bit confused by the level design, as you are never quite sure which platforms you actually can stand on. The bosses are also quite simple and on the easy side, so it wasn't that the game was too hard as a kid for me to complete. Probably more I had trouble knowing where I was going and got confused by the camera. The game has a good difficulty balance, and you want to explore every nook and cranny to find as much gold as possible, because the gold is important. If you don't collect enough gold in each world and clear the bonus level you open up for, you won't be able to save your game. For some this may be annoying, but for me it gave me a great pleasure to pick up items and explore. Donald Mallard is a great action platformer game that suffers from some frustrating moments. If you can accept these mistakes, I think you owe it to yourself to have a unique experience. Thank you so much everyone for watching the whole video. This was Dan from the P-Wing. Purple love to you all. Bye.